Hello and welcome to Weirdos in the Wild with our co-hosts, AJ Oxley, paranormal investigator with Beyond This Life Paranormal and multi-generational paranormal enthusiast, and Lynn Tincher, Beyond This Life paranormal investigator, Reiki master, published author, and near-death experiencer. Travel with them, a couple of everyday weirdos on a wild ride to all things paranormal and metaphysical.
From the Ground Up Books and Resources is more than just a place to buy books. We are a center that nourishes the passions of writers, artists, and book lovers alike. Our programs help educate writers and artists. Our holistic items and Reiki services offer a unique opportunity to build individuals from the ground up. Sign up for one of our memberships today and support us and bring our vision to life. 5% of all memberships will go towards prize money for contests and scholarships for our programs. Book donations are always welcome. Visit FromTheGroundUpBooks.com for more information.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We are Weirdos in the Wild, and we're glad you're back with us this week. My name's AJ.
And I'm Lynn.
And this week, we're doing something that I have wanted to do from the very get-go when Lynn asked, why don't we do this podcast and let's put a list of stuff together we want to learn. Well, I guess not learn. This is something I want to learn. I guess this one's me being a little selfish.
Well, I'm learning it too, so that's okay.
So we're going to talk about crystals today.
That's right. And we have special guest today with Melissa Steier from Mystic Bliss Reiki, also Beyond This Life Paranormal. I know you've met her from a couple of other episodes, but we're getting into her other side of life on this show tonight.
Yeah, so what kind of got me wanting to know more is Lynn literally gave me a black rock one day. And we were ghost hunting. She said, stick this in your pocket, it'll keep the bad things away. All right. So ever since then, I've had this black rock that I keep in my pocket and a little piece of that same black rock on a bracelet that, or type of thing that, I don't know if it's really a bracelet.
Yeah, it's a bracelet.
But that Lynn gave me as well. And, you know, she said, hey, it keeps the bad mojo away. So I thought, okay, I'll just do it.
Yep.
But I don't know anything else about really crystals. And these ladies talk about crystals all the time. And I just feel kind of stupid about it. So we've asked Missy to kind of go through some stuff. So first of all, Missy's going to talk to us about some of the crystals that we use when we ghost hunt. They asked me to randomly go pick out a couple crystals that I was drawn to. We're going to talk about those, and then Missy's got some other ones. She's just going to talk about some of the more popular ones as well. So,
but first, I do want to ask you, how did you get into this?
Yeah.
Gosh, I really don't remember. I think it was just kind of realizing that crystals have healing abilities. I like crystals. They're pretty. And when I was back in 2018, when I was starting to develop my mediumship and doing the Reiki and this and that, just going to different classes and, you know, meeting different people, crystals is a big part of it all in helping to protect you, helping to heal you, and different things like that. And that's kind of what started me on it.
I think I started getting interested when I learned Reiki, because it ties into Reiki so well. But my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is that, you know, everything is energy. Everything vibrates at some frequency. So if you have some sort of an ailment, that there's a crystal that matches that ailment that helps raise your vibration. Because if if you're sick, your vibrations are low. So you need a certain crystal to raise that vibration back up. So there's different crystals for different needs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd mentioned the black rock, and Lynn just said, "Hey, it keeps the bad stuff away." So you want to start out with that one then about what, and some, like I said, we'll start with what we use when we ghost hunt first.
All right, so the black rock that he is referencing is black tourmaline. And what that rock is it is for a grounding rock, which helps to ground you to earth. And it's also good for protecting from different types of psychic attacks where someone could be trying to take your energy from you. And it also keeps away negative energy. So that's kind of why we definitely have him carrying around a black rock when we go into these ghost hunting places. Because we don't want to go in somewhere and end up our energy being depleted or someone or an entity being able to come and attach to us. So that's kind of where our protection with the black tourmaline comes in.
So I know that's really what I carry around with me. But I also know that the others in our group, you guys carry other things. So why don't you kind of explain the other ones, Missy? Kind of what they look, the color, what they look like. That way people will understand since we're, on a podcast. And so,
well, I'm going to say a few more things about the black tourmaline. Okay. It protects your light. So that's kind of how you want to look at it, is to keep your light shining bright and not let something else diminish it. When you would want to use this black tourmaline rock, and you can always put them in your pockets or in your purse, is like if you're going to a public function that's really crowded, and there's a lot of people there that could be able to take your energy, so the rock's going to protect you from, a place that's crowded where they might have what we call vampires, like psychic vampires, where they're taking your energy. What if you're going to work? Work is another good place to have black tourmaline on your desk so that coworkers cannot take your energy. Like that protects your workspace.
Keep that negative Nelly away, right?
And then also like family members, if you're going to go to the holidays are coming up, have some black tourmaline in your pocket so that any of the family members that, could be a little on the negative side, they're not going to be able to interfere with you this holiday.
We also have Haley from Beyond This Life with us, and
sorry.
So she might chime in a little bit here and there.
I'm
But
sitting here thinking I'm going to need it all. Stuff it in the pockets, the bra, everywhere. Start spreading it out like holy water.
All right, so another good one for ghost hunting is your clear quartz. So clear quartz is one of the most abundant minerals on the planet. The clear quartz is everywhere, but it is far from basic. A master manifester, quartz is programmable, so give it a job to do and get busy. So what that's saying is, say that you know that you have an upcoming interview, and so you're going to take a piece of clear quartz. You're going to hold it in your hand so that the energy of the quartz can go into your body and vice versa. And you're going to ask that quartz to do what you want it to do. So if you want it to help you get through this job interview, that's what you're programming this quartz to do. If you want it to protect you from any kind of an entity or, negativity or whatever you want, you're going to program that quartz. And then you're going to keep it with you. So if you go to the interview, you want to keep that rock with you. A good time to use the quartz is when you find yourself believing in limitations that your mind puts in front of you. Call on the quartz to help you see through the illusion, clear the mind of self-doubt, surrender to the will of the universe, and start manifesting the impossible. So clear quartz is enhancing your vision.
it's also very healing.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
all crystals are healing. That's part of their frequencies, and each one has a different frequency. So the reason that you might go to a crystal store and you're drawn to a certain crystal, it's your subconscious telling you need that crystal. So there's never any wrong crystal to get. you're definitely going to be drawn to the one you need. And it might be one time you're drawn to this one, but another time you're drawn to another one. So it's just at the moment when your body needs that crystal.
That's interesting because before we started, you asked, hey, go in here where all my crystals are, pull 2 out, and just ones that you're drawn to. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because that's one thing, especially when I was selling the crystals at the farmer's market that I did for the last couple of years. If somebody came and they just kept really looking at one crystal or whatever, and they were like, I just really like this, but I can't afford it or whatever, I usually would pick it up and say, hey, it's meant for you, and give it to them. Because I believe that, because I've been drawn to certain things that I think that I've needed. And I'm like, if somebody feels like they need it, I don't need that $4 for it. It's yours, you know.
Yeah.
So I firmly believed in that. And I just kind of back up a little bit on the, because you all are listening in. I want to make sure you know what these things look like. I'm sure everybody knows what a quartz looks like. It looks like a piece of glass, basically. And sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's cracked. But it's basically looks like a piece of glass. And the black tourmaline, when it's in the rough, it looks like a piece of coal. You can tumble it and it gets a little matte color or matte shine to it. It's not a shiny rock like most others, but when it's in the rough, it looks like a piece of coal. All right, what else we got?
All right, so one of my favorite, and it is my birthstone, is amethyst, and it is a purple stone, like a lilac or a dark purple. It is from the quartz family. What is so special about amethyst is, back in the ancient Romans, they believed that amethyst got its lush purple color when the god Bacchus spilled wine on a clear stone. Today, amethyst is believed to assist in connecting with do big guy in the sky. Okay, so one good thing also with back in the Romans times, they used to take amethyst and put it in water. So when they drank, the next morning they would drink the water that had amethyst in it, and it would keep them from having a hangover. So that is some good information that amethyst, if you put it in some water, let it sit. Next morning when you wake up from having a night out with partying, drink you that water and it will stop you from having a hangover.
What about paranormal hangovers?
That is a real thing, guys. That's a whole nother topic.
We have not tried that.
Well, I know what we're trying next time.
It's a little hair of the dogs.
That's right. Because that is a thing, guys. Amethyst is associated with your third eye chakra, and your third eye chakra connects you to your psychic abilities. Okay, I think I got that right finally.
Yes.
So that's a good one to have with you when you're ghost hunting, if you're trying to do any mediumship efforts, trying to connect and communicate with the spirits that have crossed over. So that's one that you could carry to help you with that.
Okay, what else do we have for the ghost hunting pocket?
I'm going to talk about this one special stone that I just learned not too long ago about. We don't have it in our kit yet, but I have it coming so that we can have it in our kit to protect ourselves. This is a very special stone that is created when a meteorite hits Earth. And it is called Tektite.
Haley's going to tell us about Tektite.
Okay, Tektite. Tektite describes any natural glass formed as a result of meteor impacts with our blue planet. Modern science deems the stones terrestrial in composition, but believers in ancient astronauts have other theories.
So the whole idea is, well, because of course I know what ancient astronauts are, was the belief that, that the infamous days, the aliens that came to the Earth in a time of, like, that built the pyramid. Like, people believe they built the pyramids,
like the Mayans, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess that's the theory, that they brought this with them, maybe, or because of how they built things, where they were able to change composition of rocks. Kind
Okay.
of give us. I mean, if you look at what this actually looks like, the color and everything, it looks like it's something that's
Out of this world.
It is, and it's kind of burnt up like it came through the universe.
You actually, if you put it up to light, you can see through it.
So it is clear like glass,
Yes.
where it has burnt when it came through the atmosphere.
So that is one way of knowing if you have a true Tektite crystal, is putting it up to the light and being able to see through it.
Isn't its density light? Yeah. It's kind of a really
So
light stone.
one of the reason that I really like the stone is because of the fact that it is made from parts of coming down to Earth from outer space, that it is said to be the most, I don't know if I want to say potent. The rock has the most ability of collecting negativity. So even more so than black tourmaline. So in the way I understand it, this rock is able to is more powerful than any rock or crystal that I've come across.
So in our ghost hunting, it would keep the bad things that we could possibly come across away.
Or at least not I don't know if it would so much put a shield over us.
Or absorb it.
Or
Oh,
I
okay.
think it would more or less absorb
The bad energy.
the bad energy.
Okay.
So this is one rock that I do use when I do Reiki. When I do crystal healing, I do put it towards the feet of the client, so that when I'm taking the energy that no longer serves the client out, I allow it to absorb what it needs to absorb.
So then this absorbs the energy or the bad energy,
bad juju.
the bad mojo that you have taken out of that person
Yes.
while you're doing the Reiki. Okay.
Yes.
So it does absorb the bad. So that's cool.
So that's pretty much the kit that for ghost hunting that we have. Of course, all of us wear bracelets that our favorite bracelets or whatnot, but these are our main ones that we keep in a pocket, or, we have honest as jewelry. We also have a car protection kit. And what this does is it helps to have these particular crystals in your car, which can do different things. So, again, amethyst, which we've already spoke about. Amethyst is good to have in your glove compartment for safe travels. So you just put a little piece of amethyst in your glove compartment. The next one would be a clear quartz, which we've spoke about, and this one would go in your center console for protection. Another one, which is the black tourmaline. Again, these crystals are used to, protect you in all different ways, and this is just another protection for your car. Black tourmaline, you would put under your driver's seat to shield from negativity. One that we haven't talked about yet is selenite. Selenite is one that if you have any of your crystals that you can put near it and it charges them. Kind of like when people talk about putting your crystals out at the full moon to get recharged. Selenite will also recharge your crystals as well.
It'll also cleanse them when it does absorb the negative energy. That it'll clean that out and send it to wherever in the universe that needs it. Will help it.
Mm-hmm.
So it cleanses your aura. It can cleanse your other crystals when it's near other crystals.
So we have a piece of it here. Is it always this whitish, clear in color?
Yes.
It almost
Okay.
looks like chalk to me. And
Actually, there are other ones. There's also a peach selenite. So there are ones that are colored. But for the most part, your white ones are just your regular selenites. But there are different type of selenites, like a peach. That's one I have. So let's see. I'm not sure if there's any other ones.
And it's one of my favorites because it feels kind of soft. And you don't want to get it wet because it will crumble. So it's very soft.
Also, I do know a little bit about it. They also will charge your other crystals too. So
Yep.
you put them on there, especially by the moonlight, and it will charge the crystal.
Get a nice little energy bump.
Yeah.
Cellulite is also good if you move into a new place. If you want to get any lingering bad juju out of your home, the cellulite is good. But back to the car protection kit, you want to put your cellulite under your passenger seat to cleanse. The last stone for the car protection kit is a rose quartz. And rose quartz is pink in color. It is described as the love rock because it's good for love. If you're looking to find your special person, your soulmate, it's good for that. When you feel like you always have to be the one to have it all figured out, to work the hardest, to hold all together for everyone else, rose quartz gives us a pink cashmere covered platform to be soft, sweet, and open to spirit. So in the car kit protection, the rose quartz would go anywhere in the car to protect against accidents.
Well, I did not know there was a car protection kit. Learned something else tonight.
Which you can find the kits at our store in LaGrange called From the Ground Up.
Welcome back to Weirdos in the Wild. Before we return to our program, AJ and I would like to take a moment to remember my brother John Tincher, co-founder of Beyond This Life Paranormal, and Alan Oxley, AJ's father. Both passed away just before we recorded our first episode. Each and every episode going forward, from this one on, will be in remembrance of them. Thank you.
So, before we started, you said, hey, go in the other room, pick out 2 crystals that you're drawn to. So, I picked out 2 here. We got a blue one and a green one, in black, green and black. So, tell me about these 2 and tell me what you meant by why maybe I was drawn to these 2.
All right. So, AJ picked out a blue stone, which is actually lapis. Lapis is a deep blue stone with deep history. As a spiritual armor that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for y'all to bend the knee.
Oh.
So it resonates with power.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Leo?
Mm-mm.
No. Cat people need it. Leos, anyone who uses the phrase in the past life, I'm totally convinced I was a...
I do know, you're talking about it being in Egypt, I do know Cleopatra evidently ground this up and used it as her eyeshadow.
Yeah, that's what it says. It says, but it didn't say Cleopatra. It says Tutunkin. I don't even know. Here, read that.
So she was like the first 80s girl with the blue eye.
Where am I looking? Which
The
part?
very top.
A deep blue stone with deep history. Ancient Egypt. Tutankhamun. King Tut.
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Isn't that what it is? Tutankhamun?
Tutton? I don't know. King Tut
King Tut.
used it as eyeshadow. The Old Testament, the high priest of Israel's vestments, and the Dutch Golden Age. That's all where it is known.
Well, it's as I break it here. It's very dark blue color, and it almost has like what looks like gold in it, with a little shimmer of almost like gold in it.
Yep, it's really pretty.
I don't know why I was drawn to that one, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because of the power.
You want us to bend the
I
knee?
do. Yeah,
You said it?
I do. And then the other one I drew to is green and black stone.
That is called malachite. Malachite is a green copper carbonate mineral. It's part of the monolithic crystal system and has a silky luster. It's often used as an ore of copper. AJ is evidently drawn to this because it helps with his menstrual cramps and he uses labor pain.
Yeah.
But it's also good with dealing with depression and anxiety and drawing out negative energies from the body. So if you have something going on already that you didn't get protected from your other crystals in your ghost hunting kit, this will help you remove that. It's also good for diabetics. Probably the same reason. It draws out the bad anything bad in there that's causing the issue. It's really pretty because some of the malachites I've seen, and this one in particular, this was carved into the shape of a cross, but in some of the patterns in it, it sometimes look like a flower or, paint swirls or something. It's really pretty.
It almost looks like, to me, it looks like the rings that are in a tree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
So Lynn had mentioned, and this is a question I was going to follow up with. She mentioned this one has been carved into the shape of a cross. Here at the store, you have a lot of different crystals that are carved into different shapes.
Yes.
Do the shapes mean anything specific to the crystal, or that was something I've always wondered? Or is it like, just because this one is the what do you call it, malachite? Mm-hmm. So it's in the shape of a cross, so you might wear it to, like you said, to get rid of your anxiety.
Yeah, I don't think the carvings, if there are, then somebody needs to enlighten me, but I don't think the carvings really have any meaning. It's
the actual
and it's
crystal itself.
It's a lot of it is, what you're drawn to, like this means something to you. The cross means something to you. So it's just like in addition to the fact that this is going to protect you from whatever, but it's also something that's meaningful. It's like I have some crystals that are in shape of eggs. So it might be just something that, when you're holding it, it feels good. Or, the worry stones are flat with a little indentation because you're supposed to rub your thumb on it when you're worried and stressed. So there's just, and then I've got turtles and wolves and stuff. So it's just, if something, your spirit animal is a wolf and your birthstone is amethyst, you might want an amethyst wolf. So I don't think that adds anything necessarily. It just is.
So what's it mean that I got the little alien guy from you guys? Just that I'm crazy.
That's because you're a weirdo.
Well, there we go. Perfect.
Great answer.
Just waiting to get Bigfoot.
Well, he's got Bigfoot too.
Yeah.
But he's not a crystal.
No, he's resin. And the dogs chewed my big feet off of my Bigfoot. I know. I'm not happy. I'm mad at my dogs. The good dogs otherwise, but.
All right, so another stone crystal that I want to talk about is one that is good for if someone is having issues getting pregnant, or if they just are ready to get pregnant and just want a little bit of a help. So sorry, Haley's over here with her cross fingers to say no, get that away from me. So this stone is Shiva Lingam. It is it's almost like an egg, but it's more oblong than an egg. It is found in India, and the Hinduism, they can represent an embodiment of a god Shiva, destroyer of illusion and transformer. So what you want to do, if you were to get one of these eggs, you would want to put it underneath your pillow on your bed, and sleep with it underneath your pillow with the intentions that you're wanting to get pregnant. You can actually hold it, put it in your pocket, or put it on your body somewhere if you'd like. But you just want to go with the intentions of what you want it to do for you. And if that is pregnancy, then that's what it's going to do. I have given 2 people one of these as gifts because they were having some issues getting pregnant, and within a month they were pregnant. I, would hope that my helping them to overcome what obstacle they were going through, and the crystal was able to help break that issue in their body to release it and allow them to get pregnant. So that was Shiva Lingam. All right, so the next one I'm going to talk about is pyrite. Pyrite, also known as fool's gold, is a metallic sulfide mineral. Its blingy, confident vibes, and often perfect cubic structure aligns us with nature's power to give energy to amazing, beautiful things like you, baby.
Well, thank you. She's talking to me.
Well, I don't know about that. She's looking at me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm here too.
All right. Pyrite is often used near the solar plex, which is part of your chakra system. Energy port, which is just around the belly button. But it works wonders anywhere you need a little boost of
Masculinity.
masculine energy. For example, the fellas, the low abdomen, just saying. When to use this kind of a rock would be on a romantic weekend away from the kids, and whenever the energy to power through feels shredded in dark matter. Call on your core power with pyrite.
So, some of y'all need to get a big piece of that and carry it around in your pocket.
Natural Viagra.
We need to test that one out too.
Bedazzle it.
You might need to cut that.
Yeah,
I think I would cut that out.
I actually went over to a family member's house.
There was a bedazzle at the family's house? I mean,
When you said that you gave this, and 2 people got pregnant, I almost said the proof is in the pudding. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, no.
Hey, perfect fertility package. You got pyrite and
Yes.
that's
Shaolin
right.
them together.
There you go.
There you
They
go.
each just hold it in one hand, and then there you go. We're great.
It might take a little more effort than that.
Well, you know, we're not going to get into that on the show.
No.
But use your imagination.
You're holding it in your hand, it ain't going to work right.
There's going to be a lot of editing in this episode. Oh, my Lord. Okay.
Y'all should know better than to do a podcast with me.
So the next one I see you got here, Missy's Tiger's Eye. Now, I know this is like a favorite in this group right here, is Tiger's Eye. So tell us about Tiger's Eye, and also kind of explain what it looks like for the folks.
All right, so Tiger's Eye is a golden brown quartz. People that need this stone are overthinking and mood swinging Geminis and Virgos.
Oh, Christ, that's me. I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Virgo. That
Explains
explains
a
a
whole
lot.
hell of a lot right here. Jeez.
All right.
Now we know why we're both weird.
Yeah. We always said we were just alike. There you go.
There we go.
Where you can put your tiger eye is in a string of prayer beads hanging from your middle finger, counted during meditation along with your blessings.
Okay.
When you'd want to use this stone is when your thoughts are not your friends. When reading theories or attempting to decipher a Zen kun, when you're all roar and not enough purr.
So you need to calm that down a bit.
I can't help it. I'm redheaded. It's just natural.
So tiger eye is good to balance your whole being.
I think that's one of the reasons why that was also John's favorite.
And you gave me some of John's Tiger Eye. Is that
I
what
did?
you gave me?
No, I gave you
What's the-
Soda Light.
Soda Light. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next one, soda light.
Oh, there we go. Let's talk about that one.
Soda light, known by some as poor man's lapis,
It's also blue, but not as bright.
is a salty, deep blue stone speckled with white calcite inclusions. People who need soda light,
Okay.
planners, producers, and Virgos.
I need a lot of things, evidently.
All right, so soda light is good for when you have a big decision to make. When you're 99% finished with the project, but can't get your head around the last 1%. Your book.
No judgment there.
She didn't call you out or anything.
No. Hey, if it works, it works.
I'm sorry. That wasn't me. That was that wasn't me. I did not.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
So, Missy, is there one that's like your favorite or one that you're always drawn to?
So the one that I am always drawn to, and I wear it as a necklace form, is shungite.
Okay.
It is.
So what does it look like?
It looks like black tourmaline.
Okay.
It's black.
Oh, dark. Yep, she's showing it too. It's very dark, like the
Let's see. It is
that coal.
Not
look
as
again.
shiny,
No.
yeah.
It's a coal-like material.
Well, there you go.
It's carbon molecules
Yeah.
or buckyballs.
Bocce balls.
No, it says Bucky.
Does it?
It says
says-
buckyballs.
It sure does say buckyballs.
Oh gosh.
I love the Bucky nuggets, by the way.
Beaver.
It says buckyballs. Form in the shape of tiny.
Play with that for a little bit.
You keep that away from me.
It is only found in Russia. Where
Let's start
local
that over
spas-
Let's start that over again.
So don't say buckyballs.
I
Say
just-
fuck you all. You're gonna have so much fun editing this.
Okay, so what am I going to do? Re-say this?
Yeah, but
but
leave
don't
Bucky
leave
out of it.
buckyballs out.
What the hell is it? A Bucky?
I don't
I
know.
don't know what buckyballs form in the shape of tiny geodesic
buckyballs.
domes.
I gotta look.
I think you skip over that and get to the uses.
This is probably. I don't know if I want to type this in.
This is going to be a good one for the blooper reel. That's for sure.
All right, shungite is a coal-like mineral. Its carbon molecules form in the shape of tiny geodesic domes. It's electroconductive and it's only found in Russia, where local spas have taken advantage of the mineral's purifying powers for centuries. Who would need this kind of stone would be anyone looking to get honest with themselves. It's also a good stone to put in your water bottle. Meditating with shungite can get the good vibes flowing through you like electricity through a neon sign that reads yes. When to use this stone is when it's time to reclaim your energy from wherever it's been and whomever it's been with.
So what about you, Haley? I already know the answer, but you want to tell us your favorite?
I have two. They're about the same. Obviously, turquoise. 'Cause that's, to me, it represents the earth. It's one of the oldest stones that Native Americans used. For me, when I wear it, it's like I feel connected to the earth. And it also helps people who are kind of more shy be more outspoken. And I've always thought it was my redheaded side, but it's not. Apparently, it's the turquoise that I wear. And then my other one is opals. They're good for people for the head, and then the heart, and then the abdomen too. And since I've been wearing my opal necklace that I've been getting, my migraines aren't so bad. I'm more calm. I'm not so often to get so hot-headed. So I don't know. I like wearing opals.
Cool. I think I'm really drawn to pretty much anything green, like the malachites and the aventurines, and I guess probably because my birthstone is peridot, which is also green, and I'm really drawn to the blacks too, like the hematite and the obsidians and the black tourmalines of the world.
And soon the Teknite.
Tektite, yeah. And the shungite. I've got shungite coming in for the store too. We already know AJ likes the malachite and the
Lapis.
lapis. He's going to make him some 80s eyeshadow.
So y'all kind of mentioned, each of you kind of mentioned it along the way about birthstones. Does it go along with this as well?
Mm-hmm. It's like being born under the stars.
Yes,
You know,
everything's
everything's all
connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You've got astrology, is connected with all of our abilities and the crystals. Just everything is full circle.
I've always loved opals. And it's funny, my daughter is born in October, which is opals.
Opal.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Mine's, I guess it's an emerald for May, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Another green.
Another
Imagine
green.
that.
Yep, another green.
Mine's amethyst, and one of my best friends is amethyst too. Born on the day of love.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And that's Becca's too.
Yeah. who just happens to be in purple today, too.
All right. Do we have any other questions? You're the one that AJ wanted to learn all about
I
this.
did. And first of all, thank you, Missy, for bringing all this information here to us because, again, really all I knew was Lynn gave me this black rock, stick it in my pocket. And
And like a good boy, he
I
did
did.
exactly
I just
what
stuck
he
it
was
in
told.
my pocket and nothing bad has happened. So I was like, hey, this works. So, but thank you for doing that and bringing the information and showing us these different crystals.
Yeah.
And thank you too for having the Tektite coming to help us in our future investigations as well. So
Yep. We'll have to get a video. Well, that's another thing we can talk about. We'll have to get a video of us with all of our protective stuff on there.
That's
so
right.
the world can see how we operate.
we will do that.
Well, thank you for having me and
Yeah, we
being
appreciate
able to
it.
share what part of my love of things with you all.
And if you are here somewhere around Louisville, Kentucky, or LaGrange, please come to the store here where Missy and Lynn have lots of these stones that you can crystals that you can buy and in different shapes, and they'll also be glad to explain to you what each of them does, just like we did tonight. So
And you can pick up a good book because it's also a bookstore.
that's right.
And a lot of the crystals, I make the crystal bracelets, necklaces, keychains,
Snow globes.
snow globes, terrariums.
She's quite creative.
So a lot of these are, since I love crystals so much, I like to create things with them. So come in here and check it out.
That's right. And she'll custom make you one too.
And also, if you're interested in the Reiki, I also do the Reiki sessions with crystals, which the crystals help enhance the Reiki. So you're kind of getting a double whammy of energy to heal you. So
Well, thank you for sharing that side of you as well. We've gotten the ghost hunting side. We've gotten the battling the demons and the evil spirits and cleansing of spaces side. And she's the real deal, you all. She's also a medium as well. So she's quite talented in all this. And we're lucky to have her in our group. And is, a good friend. So we appreciate you.
thank you.
Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap this one up. So, Lynn, take us home.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. And keep it weird, y'all.
Thank you for joining us at Weirdos in the Wild. Please show us some love and support on our Patreon account at Weirdos in the Wild. Like us on all of our social media. And if you've had an experience you'd like to share with us, visit our site at weirdosinthewild.com. Until next time, keep it weird, y'all.